Motivation for starting the food bank was the fact that so many churches in Arvada had little tiny food banks, and no one could really accommodate the need that was growing. And we also couldn't coordinate who was going to what food bank when. And so the pastors in Arvada and Interchurch Arms got together to talk about the problem. And Father Ken Leone, Monsignor Ken Leone now, at Spirit of Christ, asked me to sit in on one of the first meetings, and I was hooked. And so I just stayed, and out of those discussions came the food bank.
It's very interesting because it came out of an ARMS board meeting. And at this board meeting, we were discussing the needs of the Arvada community, and it came up that we needed a food bank in Arvada. It's kind of interesting because Reverend Tom Gwynn said, let's do it.
Arvada is a very community-oriented city, and my experience with the group of people that I've worked with in business and all around the community is that they're just good-hearted people, that's all.
The food bank contributes to the betterment of the Arvada community because it serves an absolutely vital need for our citizens. It's an unfortunate fact that we have this need, but we have citizens who are hungry. We have people who are struggling. And through a variety of sources in the Arvada community, we have different agencies that respond to those needs. For people who are hungry, the food bank has gone above and beyond and absolutely provides the kind of service without which we would be a much different kind of community.
It's sort of an experience in community because it touches many people out in the community, and it touches the lives of those who work within it.
The food bank is the best thing Arvada has done. They provide a community for people and food, and they get them through.
A lot of times people who have limited funds can't afford fresh produce, so we're very happy to share our produce and help with their nutrition by providing really nice fresh produce that's only about 2 blocks away from the food bank.
It's very important that we help our kids at our schools that are hungry, and I think that we're very aware that there are hungry children in our schools. You cannot learn, you can't do your very best at school if you're worried about if your stomach is hungry and your tummy's hungry and you're not feeling well. I've learned many things from my time here. This will be the beginning of the 7th year as the backpack program. But the one thing that has astonished me is the amount of hidden hunger that is in our community. And we see that in the backpack program. I had no idea that there were people, that many people in our community that are food insecure.
The importance of the food bank mission, or why it's so important, is not only just supplying food, which is important, but the immediate ability to supply food and aid to a family that's in crisis.
I think the mission is very important because there are many people in this community who need help, and food-wise, sometimes they appear as if they don't, but obviously they do or they wouldn't be here.
The food is so important to so many people because it's the basic need. We have to have food in order to live.
Working with the clients, you find out how basic their needs are, and I think the food bank serves that base. It's really a basic need of having moms feed their children at night. I've had some people say, I didn't know what I was going to put on the table, and I think that the community food bank is an excellent resource for them.
The food bank, to me, is an organization of people who have a high level of compassion, who really want to do good things for their community, and who want to provide for their neighbors in the community. And providing for our neighbors is something that we all need to work on and to get better at.
I'd sum up the food bank in one sentence, and that's neighbors helping neighbors.
Community effort, reaching out to help those in need.
A small community serving the nutritional values to a larger community for the good of all the community.
People giving to people.
God's very special gift to humankind in our community.
Hope for people.
My hopes for the food bank's future, and they started way back in the early days, would be that we could become an organization that enables people to get help, but also helps them to start providing for themselves and to provide more programs for them to get back on their feet instead of just needing to come to us for food.